Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now some old news from about 16 to 24 hours ago. You had the heavyweight champion WBC style Tyson Fury, lineal, versus Alexander Usyk, right, for the undisputed heavyweight title. Now to get that fight, you're going to have to get Anthony Joshua to step aside. Now, Anthony Joshua has been thinking about it, but he said he's only going to do it if it's going to be financially, good for him, right? And it's got to be a good move. So, the numbers he's talking about is about $50 million. Now, when you see $50 million, anybody that's been following this for two years or more, the heavyweight division, though, is $50 million is similar to what he was talking about when he would fight Deontay Wilder if he offered him $50 million. And then he didn't because Deontay Wilder and his team, Shelly Finkel, Showtime's Espinoza, and all those guys went and got that money together and offered him the $50 million. And then he stopped, and then the other things happened. He started saying, well, no, I'm not going to sell my soul. The people from England have to see the fight. He has to come over here. Then he offered Deontay Wilder a $15 million flat fee, and Deontay Wilder accepted. That's when the WBA came in with Povetkin and said, hey, you have to fight Povetkin. And you know where they fought Povetkin at? At the same place that they said, we can't get that date for Deontay Wilder. I think it was Wembley in September, if I'm not mistaken, because I was reporting on this, right? So then they couldn't fight Deontay Wilder on that date, and then they fought Povetkin on that date. Okay, this is how blatant it is. Now, what's interesting, WBN, World Boxing News, some people, consider them important, right? I read an article, and they put it out there in the article like it was. He said $50 million before when it was Deontay Wilder, and then he didn't do it. He reneged on it. If I find the article again, I'll put it in the description box so you can read it, because they put it out there real blatant and real direct. Now, any Deontay Wilder fans, or even not Deontay Wilder fans, people who saw the negotiation between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua back in the day a few years ago, and you looked at all the information and kept hearing what's going on, and you saw who didn't want to fight, right? And whoever you liking, right? Those people right there know damn well we was hard pressed to find articles that were telling the truth about that situation back then. But now you're seeing WBN tell exactly what the hell happened, which was hard to find back then, exactly what the hell happened, because they would like to see the Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk fight. Which I would too, because it's undisputed. Any undisputed fight, I'm trying to see if there's no cheating going on. So if those guys can be undisputed, whatever. But back to Anthony Joshua, $50 million is too much. Ain't nobody want to pay him $50 damn million. We weren't gonna pay Deontay Wilder $20 million for the step aside for the Joshua Fury fight. So $50 million, ain't nobody trying to pay Joshua. Go on up in there and fight Usyk again. I mean, good luck with that. Right? Ain't nobody paying you $50 million. If he would said like $15 million, he might have got away with it. But $50 million, we'd rather see you get beat up by Usyk, because you're going to go in there and get beat up messing around with Usyk if you don't just straight up step to him. And I'm not sure a counterpuncher like Usyk stepping to him is the right idea either. So good luck with that. But $50 million shouldn't even said that. They should have kept that under the wraps. Don't let say that loud. You know how many people are going to just come in there? Because Anthony Joshua pissed a lot of people off, right? And it doesn't matter. Any spoiled boxer pisses a lot of people off. Right? Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, those kind of guys who just get what the hell they want. And there's a few other ones too. But when you go to America, you cross that pond, there's a lot of racism going on. But it's a little different, Anthony Joshua. But speaking of that, I'm just going to say this while I'm over in England. Because Anthony Joshua was a mega star in England, right? If Demetrius Andrade was English, he'd be a mega star. I'm just going to say that, put it like that. But anyway, good luck with that, Anthony Joshua, with $50 million. Don't nobody want to see you get $50 million for that. It's ridiculous. Let's see what happens going forward. I'd rather see the undisputed fight, but Anthony Joshua, if he wants $50 million, then I'd rather see him fight Usyk and then, whatever. But just remember this. He shouldn't have had a rematch clause in the first place because Alexander Usyk was mandatory. So you shouldn't be asking for that kind of money. But let's see what happens going forward. I'm going to cut this one short, y'all. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And we up out of there, y'all.